happen, guys. Please, cool. Man, I really did put that asterisk next to weekly at like the perfect time. That was incredible. Welcome everybody back to the long-awaited GrubCast. Man, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be excellent. It's
amazing.
Like your two gay fathers have come home back from the store,
each bringing our individual gallons of milk
and inconspicuously physical copies of Homestuck. Being like, hey, child, long lost child, have you heard of this funny little comic? And be like, Dad, I'm in college now.
I'm in college now. Also, you never shut up about it. We get it.
We know. Oh man, we got a lovely little piece of content here for you. But before we can do that, you Jackson, listening to this right now.
Don't call him out.
I know you're here, guy named Jackson from, I don't know, what's a place that a Jackson would come? Minnesota.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Jackson from Minnesota. Listen to this.
One of our fans just shit themselves.
Yeah, I know where you are, as I just said. And you should join the Discord server to hang out with a bunch of cool Homestucks. That way I can confirm if I was right. And there is a Jackson in Minnesota. That would be crazy. You join the Discord server, hang out with a bunch of cool Homestucks. But, I don't know. E.T., let's say that you were a grublet who was going to join the Discord server. And you were around, but you felt like you deserved to maybe... It's so excited. I don't know if that picked it up. If it picked it up and there's just a Windows noise, that's just staying in.
We'll just keep it
in.
In.
No, that just stays in. If you wanted to maybe show that you're, a real cut above the rest.
Yeah, if I weren't a little regular like the rest of them.
Yeah,
like
how would you do that?
I think I'd possibly give us money on Patreon.
Oh my god, when you put it like that, I'm inclined to agree. For $3 a month on Patreon, you'll get an epic Discord role. And for $5 a month, you'll get access to this week's episode artwork. This lovely, Juju treasure hunt artwork. It's crazy. And all the artwork from the previous episodes for $5 a month, and an even cooler Discord role. Speaking of the Patreon, thanks to all of our lovely patrons.
Oh yeah, call them out.
Our $3 patron, Not Lama, and our $5 patrons, Adrian Brazil, who I think is brand new. Thank you very much. Demon Girlfriend, Rohan Padmakumar, big spender for $10 a month. He's technically a $5 patron, but he just did a custom thing, and I love him for it. Leia, Lizard King, Changeable Landscape, Blue Liz, My Homestuck Dante, and Mia Bowman. Thank you all so much. We have one fan art.
One fan art for you.
Oh boy, this just high class piece. Oh fuck. Where is it? I lost it already. This high-class piece by Al in the Discord server. E.T., you're feeling so Caucasian. Truly, this is a moment for the ages. And I'm horrifically freaking out at the bottom there. Oh god, who could have...
This isn't the E.T. I know.
Who could have stolen my co-host's melanin? Truly, this is a nightmare. Thank you very much, Al, for that lovely art. Let's just fucking get into the Homestuck. Yeah, let's get right into the Homestuck.
Start grubbing cast.
Oh, man. So, we're starting off with our lovely trolls here on the Meteor. Carcat is trying to reach Dave because, we're almost there. We gotta get our shit together.
It's like within eyesight.
A couple hours. We can see it. We're rolling up, and we're about to do the big fight.
Mm-hmm.
From the point of view of the audience, I'm letting you know right now, we are nowhere close to the big fight.
It's like, guys,
for
it's
the
like
characters,
next page.
Yeah, it's like about to happen. No, we got a couple thousand pages before we get to that point. So get off the edge of your seat, lean back comfortably in your seat.
Actually, I'll take my shoes off.
Yeah, but they're really freaked out about it. One problem: Terezi is a clown now.
Yeah. She took a sip of the Wicked Elixir and juggaloed out.
Do you remember when we did the GrubCast Fago review? This is what I was referring to.
Yeah. I remember reading that and being like, oh, wow, this is the exact moment.
I referred to it as an abusive relationship, specifically because of this whole section with Terezi.
It leaves a bitter taste in your mouth, and I want to wash it out, so I take another sip.
Which is exactly how I described it. Because that was the thing. I had read this long before I had ever had a Fago. So that's what surprised me so much was how, spot on she was. Yeah. It was like, you drink the Fago, and it's pretty alright. And then the aftertaste is just like nightmares and horrible. So then you drink more Faygo for a little bit of relief, because again, that first hit of Faygo is pretty good. And then it all it does is it's a short but vicious cycle.
Yes. It's all an illusion. There is no sweetness. It's only wicked.
Yeah. Apparently Terezi and Dave were like dating for a bit off screen.
Yeah. I got that vibe, but like, I don't know. I feel like I got the vibe of if I were there in real life, because I feel like Dave wouldn't tell you if he was dating someone. That would just kind of happen in the background, and if he wanted you to know, you would know. But if he didn't, he'd play it off. It's
more annoying stuff that has to do with the time skip, like we talked about with Jade and Dave's pride of like, oh, that would be really interesting to see.
I really wish we could have seen that.
We just don't get that. In this case, it's a little worse, I think, because
I care more about Dave and Terezi.
More that like a dynamic between Dave and Terezi was like very clearly set up over the courses of like acts 4 and 5, right? And like now the payoff for that happened completely off screen, right? Whereas with Jade and Dave's Bride, it was kind of out of nowhere anyway. Yeah,
it was like these characters had never really interacted, but now they're dating. This one is, you totally thought they were going to be into something, and now she's on to the next guy, and she's a juggalo. Let's focus on this now.
I do appreciate Dave being on the same wavelength of me, of like not quite understanding like what part of this is fucked up by alien standards.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's a hate-love relationship.
You're like, I'm not an alien. I'm with Dave. I'm just like a guy. So I don't know what of that is normal for like alien hate relationships, and what part of that is like an abusive hate relationship.
Right.
So we're just going to take Karkat's word on it. I think the idea is that like a hate relationship is like supposed to be like a kind of I cannot fucking believe that I'm saying this. You know, like a kind of like Naruto Sasuke fucking rivalry, right?
Yeah.
You know, where you both are like becoming better to try and fuck up the other one.
Pushing each other to become something better.
It was described as an especially potent rivalry, I believe, at one point.
Yeah.
Whereas in this case, it's just like one of them being like, do you also want to be a clown? Which is a fate that's worse than death.
I don't even think that. Like, it doesn't even feel like that really to me, because from what she describes, it's not even Gamzee was like, hey, do you want to be a clown? We did all this sick shit. Join the Dark Carnival. It was just Gamzee's evil Gamzee now being a dick, apparently. And she being like, oh, well, I guess I hate love him now.
We've completely jumped the shark, by the way, already, because we technically, she doesn't even wake up right now. We just immediately started talking about it, because it's a really interesting set of circumstances. Yeah. So fuck it, we'll just talk about it right now. They have another conversation with them later. I guess we'll just deal with all of it right now, and we'll skip it then.
It's the crux of the conversation Karkat and Dave are having.
Yeah. So that's happening. They kind of start waking up Terezi. It's offhandedly mentioned here that Rose might have a drinking problem, but we'll get more into that later.
Oh, yeah.
Act 5, intermission... Act 6... Act 6, intermission 5, intermission 1. Yes, we're really doing this. We're getting to this level.
In the shit.
Caliborn is here, and that's immediately I'm happy. Just once again, joy was brought back to my life.
And I've really enjoyed this. Actually, it's given me a new perspective ever since you brought up the fact that he almost has this like hero arc within himself.
Yeah. From
the villain perspective. It does make me more invested in his journey.
I want to, even though Caliborn succeeding is the worst thing that could happen to the worst world. Ending, yeah. I still also enjoy watching him like struggle to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a part of me that knows that Caliborn can't win, I guess. Like, this comic has gone in a lot of really weird places. It's very complex and nuanced, and it very much sets itself to like, oh, we're not gonna just be this isn't your grandma's comic book, okay? I'm something different now. And but there's still something in me that's like, oh, okay, even though they are weird and doing all this very like experimental meta shit, I still don't think they're gonna let Caliborn win and kill all these children.
Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. They kind of already have. It's talked about later a little bit, but like, you really can't think of like the doomed timeline versions of characters as like fake versions of the characters. Like, that's them. They have already had Lord English eradicate like kind of infinite numbers of children from exist. God fucking damn it. My rats. The
They're
rats are being...
They're noisy little boys.
Oh my goodness. 1 second.
I hear what you're saying, but I kind of understand both sides of this argument, in the fact that...
This is a fucking nightmare recording.
But, in the fact that you can't treat these I did it again. That's not PC of me. But you can't treat these alternate timeline versions of the characters as not actual people, because in their universe they are just them, but from another offshoot of the reality. But at the same time, Risk has kind of got a point there of they're alternate timeline versions, but you're not gonna treat our Gamzee
it's the idea
like
that,
this
that
Gamzee.
empathy comes from familiarity.
Yeah,
you know?
like these are our guys, and they are guys, but they're not the same.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you mean.
So the story's kind of treating them like background fodder, like, look how destructive and devastating he can be.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna lay a hand on these guys. Like, our main four haven't gotten touched once maybe, and then he immediately came back, so I really wasn't that shook up about it.
It is hard to get killed by God tier when you're God tier.
You know?
Lord English is also Lord English, though, so, you know.
Yeah, but it seems like, I don't know, based on everything they're planting, it feels like everything's culminating in Caliborn's gonna have his whole arc, get to where we are currently in the comic, and fuck shit up.
And then get bodied by the Juju.
And then get bodied by whatever that house does.
Alright, well, keep that in mind, I guess. Keep that in the back burner.
That's my fan.
That's your current prediction.
Yeah.
But anyway, Caliborn, he's getting going, right? He's starting the session for real. He's starting to conquer planets.
Collecting these frogmen.
Yeah. He keeps coming up with different names for them every time.
I love that. Every time he talks to them.
It's so good.
He's like,
I think he starts with like gnomes, and then they're leprechauns, and then they're frogmen.
Yeah, he hit it and then he kept going.
And then they're elves briefly. And then they're puppet
puppets
men.
because they're felt.
He just keeps finding new shit to call them, and it's great.
I also love that we find out that they are actually made of felt, like, or at least feel like it.
Like the actual pool table felt.
Like,
it's great.
When you touch them, they're just kind of soft like that.
Oh my god, the fucking Caltop.
In the Caltop.
Caltop computer. But that's most of what Caliborn's going to be doing this whole reading section.
Yeah.
Is finding more felt members and pestering Angel Hussey about what they do. This instance, he's very confused by what the fuck Doze's power is.
Yeah.
Like, his power is that he's slow, and he's like, that
slow.
sucks.
Like,
I hate
that's
it.
terrible. He's like, yeah, that's his power.
You gotta figure it out.
Figure out how to make that useful, man. Go ahead. Which, of that whole team, that's probably...
Itchy is definitely very helpful. Doze is not.
Doze, I can't think of what you could use him for, but there's probably someone in the comments right now like, oh, you idiots, wait.
Yeah, like some
Doze
fucking...
is secretly the most powerful felt
pro
member.
D&D players. Like, if you put Doze in a bag of holding, it'll make a black hole or some shit. Oh, man. Dave Sprite is talking to John a bit.
Yeah, he's talking to Sleep John like, hey, yo, bro, you gotta wake up. You're just sleeping there. What's up?
I don't like this conversation. I think it sucks.
Why?
Because it's completely reverted Dave back to his pre-Cascade form. I remember right before Cascade, he has a whole conversation with Jay, this idea of like, well, I'm not him. I'm now my own guy, and we still have worth and like a duty to like do shit, right? That's a great moment for him because it's him finally having like overgrown out of like what we would refer to as real Dave's shadow.
And it's reinforced through all these like alternate variations we see of like Dirk kind of in like a strange parallel sort of way of like all these other versions of them equally hold weight and are like their own individuals. Yeah,
but now he's just regressed back to like, I am fake Dave,
like, damn,
bye.
You're right, I am fake Dave.
And I hate that shit. That's cringe. And you can be like, well, it's been 3 years. That's a long time. And I'm like, fuck off. If we didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, like it's been 3 years, but 3 years of him doing what?
Doing what? Sitting around playing fucking Ghostbusters, the Mamorpiga, and he got fucking bodied in a boss raid in Mamorpiga, and he was like, well, damn, I guess I am. Real Dave
would have really styled on
his combos would have been too wicked. God, I fucking hate this shit.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, then he leaves. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. I fucking hated it. Sucks.
It's a complete 180 from the last epiphany he had, and then we see him again, and he's like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, and then he just fucking leaves. When will he show up again? At some point, yes. But I hate that too. So we'll get to that later. A lot later.
It doesn't even feel like that's like the natural progression for him after that epiphany.
No, they just fucking like they they just take it back.
Yeah, it's just like, actually, nah, we prefer it if we could do more with him as a character. If he hadn't
lol,
arced out
JK,
yet.
we were super kidding about that whole thing. Well, fuck. Caliborn gets more planets. That's most of all that happens there.
Yeah, nothing. I do. I have enjoyed those bits, but yeah, nothing really much.
Oh yeah,
happens.
they're super fun. They're great. There's like really funny dialogue with him
this
and
dude?
Hussey arguing
He's just
back
been
and forth.
following me the whole time. Yeah, that's his thing.
That's his thing. That's his power. I like the dynamic of like Hussey having to dumb down the powers for Caliborn to understand them.
Yeah,
because we of course know that he's following his past trail, right? But he doesn't know that. All he knows is this fucking guy follows me around. Is that his power? Yes.
Yeah, that's what he does.
It's great. There's a moment later where like it's like Crowbar. What's his power? He does not have one.
He doesn't have one.
Why? Right? We as an audience
really
know
smart,
he doesn't have the crowbar anymore.
And that's his
right. That is his power.
Yeah.
And Caliborn has the crowbar. Right. So Crowbar just has no power. But I do like that. Yeah, he's super smart. And then they go and talk to him.
They have like a really deep in conversation and enjoy it.
In like a split second, and he comes back and he's like, "I do like this one.
Like, this one's
pretty
cool, actually." He's like, "Well, what do you want to name him? I don't know, fucking 7?
7 guy, Boomerang.
No, like, what do you have that looks like a 7 that you might be able to give him?
A boomerang.
I'll go get a boomerang and then I'll give it to him.
You fucking baby idiot child.
So bad.
All right, John is in the dream bubbles, bombing around with Vriska.
Yeah. He gets on their boat.
Yes. Vriska is leading a big ghost navy to go find the treasure. The rest of the ghost navy is being mind controlled and just kind of chilling around to be cannon fodder for Lord English to fucking obliterate.
It's like, look, all these ghosts over here. Not over here where we're at.
Not over here, but like those are there. There's
Fuck
some,
with those boats.
They're real tasty. You're not you when you're hungry, Lord Ingy. Come and get him give a little snacky, you the little rumbly in your tumbly.
And John's immediately like, oh, this seems like a war crime.
This seems fucked up. I don't appreciate that. Solix and Aranea are here as well, and that's cool.
Yeah, I'm actually only growing more and more to like Solix.
Yeah, Solix and Aranea just bombing around.
And this section has really been helpful for
it's
my
funny
opinion
as well,
on Aranea.
because like Aranea is being like this new, fucking death, like a guide to the afterlife. Yeah. And what is Solix doing? Is like, he's here. Yeah, he just likes being there. And again, I do like them together. It sucks that we've just completely erased his and Fefri's relationship from existence to get to this point, but I do like the end point,
Yeah, I really enjoy them together, like, as a pairing. Solix is always kind of an ass, and Aranea is, like, overly cheerful.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I like it. Even when it becomes, like, super fucking creepy.
Yeah, that was a really fun moment.
I really like that, yeah. Aranea is really fun.
She's like, I just want to see what happens.
I want to just see shit, bro. She's literally just like Joker from the movie Joker,
she's
bro.
Just
Aranea is just Joker from the movie Joker. This is crazy. Epic Joker reference.
She becomes a juggalo, it's over.
Now, Aranea starts to explain cherub shit.
Oh, yeah. She goes through, like...
Aranea has a lot of expository dialogue.
That's really her... You know how Roxy is, like, the snitch of shadows or whatever?
The snitch of shadows?
Not Aranea. I meant Roxy, but Aranea is fucking the exposition dump of light.
It would be more annoying if we didn't have this already characterized earlier in Openbound. The idea that like I just like doing it.
I love sharing information with people, even if they don't give two shits about it.
So that makes this, I think, a little more fun. I like it, especially when you have the context. She's like, "I will monetarily compensate you to let me talk at you about shit." Right?
I like telling people stuff so much. I will pay you to listen to me.
Yeah, it's great. Here's the deal. So. Cherubs, we see them. They grow up, they predominate, which we've seen a little bit of.
Yeah. And then they go out into space.
They go out into space and they find other cherubs. They live their fucking cherub lives for like thousands of years or whatever. And they're like, damn, I am mad horny.
So till mating season comes around.
Yeah.
And they get all pawn far.
So let's find another guy / girl cherub.
Mm-hmm.
And
whichever
let's
one
find them.
Is the opposite of me.
Yes. And we're gonna fight. We're gonna have a big fucking fight.
We're gonna
fight. Turn into big giant snakes that like destroy planets, and we're gonna fight. Now, okay. This is more like meta information that is really funny. So while they're explaining this and like planets are getting blown up, there's a little panel in there with like 2 trolls in it. Right?
Yeah.
And then they just get immediately fucking eviscerated.
Those are the ones that won the contest or whatever.
Yes. So during the Homestuck Kickstarter, which would eventually make Hiveswap, right? The $10,000 donation tier was that you would have your character, your fan troll, appear in Homestuck. Now, the $100,000 donation tier, if you gave Andrew Hussey $100,000, your character would, quote, become the most important character in Homestuck. This did not happen. Okay. I can only fucking guess what that would have been.
Right? Like, I'm so curious.
Part of me really wishes that, like, Jeff Bezos or someone would have dropped. Yeah, because, like, I desperately want to know what would have happened.
Right? Because I can't think of... This is after the winning of the contest. Because
it's not a contest. It was just, like, a Kickstarter donation.
Yeah, your tier.
Thing. Yeah.
This is after the tier... So, because they're already decided with these two... what is it? Fucking Arid and Clone. And...
So these... I actually like their designs.
I think they're fine. It's just Arid and Clone looks way too much like Arid for me to think of anything else.
So these two people gave Andrew Hussey $10,000.
That's insane.
That's so much fucking money.
That is insane.
That's months and months worth of like our pay at our job. Imagine giving up months of your income, my income, right? For a panel of your fan troll now gaining canonicity, and Andrew Hussey then turning around and backhanding you with it, like, canonically your fan troll dies a horrible fucking death. Like,
in the background of some sex.
Yeah, of, like, your planet being fucking annihilated immediately.
It's not even, like, plot important, but they are there and we're real.
The fucking balls on that are incredible. I love that. Yeah. That's so fucking... I mean, I'm glad it wasn't me.
I'm glad it wasn't me. Getting handed $10,000 and then spitting in their face.
Oh, man.
But,
So that was Calliope and Caliborn's dad and mom. They be fucking.
Yeah.
The dad loses, and they kind of give some mechanics of it.
Yeah, the where loser carries the young.
Yeah, so Mpreg is canon. There you are, everyone. Go, yeah. Omega Versus lives on in Homestuck. Go forth and spread the good word. And there's some mechanics about, like, how if the dad has the children, then, like, the things will be the same, but if the mom has the children, then, like, the
switch.
Yeah, the polarities of the fucking their alignments will switch, you know. Yeah. And so they now have this kid on Earth where they should live out their lives in complete solitude. Problem: what is the Juggalo doing here?
Our friend Gamzee's taking center stage because he is the most important character in Homestuck.
He's the most important character. You thought that was a joke when it showed up, but he literally is.
He is the most important.
He's so fucking important.
If he's not in the comic,
he facilitates so much to happen. And they're like, well, Lord English is the most important. It's like, yeah, but without Gamzee, Lord English can't do all this shit.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. God, it's incredible. So, God... We then kind of transition to more just information on the mechanics of a dead session.
Yeah.
So it's a punishment, like we talked about. Right? It's like a punishment session.
Too much hubris.
But more specifically, we saw them like finally be able to put the locks in the key and like engage their session, right? What that did was allow Caliborn to talk to his denizen, Yalga something or other. Yeah, it started with a Y and there was a G and a B and some Yoaths in there. Yeah. I don't know. Ask Rose. She has the fucking Necronomicon or whatever.
She would know. She'd also know about the cherub sex because they reference that it's in the zoologically dubious book that she has.
She would know about that. Damn. That's awesome.
Weirdly enough.
Go back to like Act 2.
Right?
Holy fuck.
But repeat your last line there. I lost track of my...
Oh, well, the denizen's basically just like, here you go. I'm going to give you the choice.
The choice.
The path of the conqueror or the path of the little baby bitch. I forgot what it's called. Baby bitch path. You leave and basically just like kind of go die slowly.
But you will be able to make it back in the future to eventually help the forces that be or something.
No.
Was that not what they were
saying? No. You basically just give up and die. What you are receiving is a guarantee that if you do that, you will make the world better for literally every human being who has ever lived and will live, right?
Yeah,
I say human being. Every like living thing, right?
Is having a much better existence.
Or you take the path of the conqueror, and you now have to go through the session.
Speedrun these planets.
You have to now... Skya explodes, and you now have to conquer all of these suspiciously Billiards-esque planets in a suspiciously Billiards-esque fashion.
Yeah.
In order to you gotta win.
Yeah,
you gotta win the session.
Finally unlock your real planet.
Yes, and once you unlock your real planet, you can do spurb shit, kind of get yourself ready to go, ready to game.
That's when you get to start the actual game.
Yeah, and then you can conquer your denizen, Yulgo Debug Goth.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna call him now. It's just like a kind of any random, conglomeration of those phrases.
And Bloth.
Yeah. And if you win, you now get like the infinite power to destroy like anything forever as much as you want.
Much as you would want, yeah.
Which, of course, for Caliborn would
was
be
not even kind of a choice.
There was not even. He heard the first one and he was like, I don't need to hear this anymore.
Or the Martyr. Yeah, I want the Conqueror. Well, I gotta tell you the rules.
I want that one. I
know which one.
Yeah, that one sounds better. I want that one.
Martyr sounds lame as fuck. I don't know what that means, but go with Conqueror. But with the Martyr, you can give so much benefits that I don't give two fucks.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what's happening right now is he's conquering planets, unlocking Felt members to be his fun minions to conquer more planets. Don't hit planet number 8, you'll die.
Yeah, skip that one. That one's gotta go in last.
Yeah. The Terezi intervention happens.
Okay, yeah. Terezi wakes up from her Fago stupor.
Yeah, they sit her down for her Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
All sticky and confused.
Yeah, God. More importantly, her eyes are back.
Yeah, now she can see.
How did you fucking feel about that? Because that's like, it's very focal. It's like you switch to the next panel and it's like Terezi.
From her perspective of seeing Karkat. And I was like, what are we looking at?
Eyes are back. She can see again.
Like, no, she has eyes. And I guess I was more just curious. I'm like, man, but why? Like I'm pretty sure Aranea mentions earlier that she can fix that for her.
The idea is that she's essentially been so fucked like through it stems from her abusive relationship with Gamzee. Gamzee has made her feel like so inferior and like shit about herself. It's like, well, I need to like fix myself.
How can I be better? Well, if I could see.
Which I gotta say, I really listen. Let's not get on a downer note. I'm doing just fine, but I've been through some shit.
Yeah.
And I think that her description of like abusive relationships is like a very real description of that. That idea of like, I am not happy around you and you make me a shittier person, but also when I could not possibly fucking stand to not be around you. Mm-hmm. This like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, catch 22. It's a very relatable position to be in. I think a lot of people can relate to that. That's mostly what that is. And they're just like, damn. That wow.
What?
Sorry.
Something kind of dark that I was very curious about was what could he have possibly said to her? Because like,
nothing.
Right? Isn't
he would have taken the vow of silence down?
Like what? Could
he just exudes abusive energy. I don't fucking know. He's a clown.
It's a part of his rage power.
Something about his clownness is causing this.
I love that you're pointing towards his clownness being the problem.
Yeah,
I'm like,
maybe it's like I'm sure of it.
His Bard aspect or like the rage.
No. That's the fucking problem.
The Juggalo.
This ICP bullshit's gotta stop, bro. Only in Homestuck could you have this like really like serious exploration of abusive relationships with the root cause being like the immortal clown alien. Sometimes you just need to take a step back and remember like what the fuck we're doing.
What are we reading?
Yeah, what am I looking at right now?
And I think about that sometimes, but then it gets cool again, and I'm like, well, fuck.
Yep. We get a quick Caliborn break. He gets more elves. It's pretty sick. Now we're back to John. We've pretty much talked about all the Caliborn shit, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, Arania's telling more stories. Do you want to talk about this one?
Alright, tell more stories. What is she saying?
It's about the rings, I believe.
Oh, yeah. She talks about
the rings of power, one might say, on Amazon. You don't have to, guys. You don't have to fucking suffer through Rings of Power. It's alright. You don't have to do it to yourself. It's okay. It's alright.
But if you do watch it, please use code GrubCast.
This episode is sponsored by Amazon Prime. The new Homestuck Amazon show is coming out today. With Andrew Hussey as John Egbert.
Andrew Hussey as John
He's pulling a Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I was thinking Andrew Hussey would play Andrew Hussey, but no, actually.
No.
You got both
That'd
of us
Chris
to
Pratt.
play Andrew. Oh, no! Chris Pratt.
Starring Chris Pratt as Andrew Hussey. Andrew Hussey as John Egbert.
How much will you take from me?
You piece of shit. And they'll bring back Andre the Giant from the dead to be Lord English.
Oh, I was thinking the big man.
Or no, they get fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. They just like spray paint him green. I will kill you all.
I also that want them to CGI like they did Steve Rogers. Him to be Caliborn, just his head on a little baby.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's perfect.
Oh, but back to seriousness. The Rings of Void and Life. Yeah, the Ring of Void, when they brought him up, I was like, okay, cool. We've seen these before. Where are they at? I'm pretty sure Roxy had it, but then Trickster shit happened.
Yes, Trickster shit happened. She does not have it anymore.
Oh, no.
That happens simultaneously, because this is a mechanic that's introduced here.
Is that they both pop up and disappear, kind of like Juju.
Jujus are basically completely isolated. Jujus, the only thing about Jujus is there can only be one that's existing in any like time frame at any given moment. Right?
Yeah.
So like 2 cows cannot exist at the same point of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there is, then one has to get like removed from story relevance.
Wouldn't that be kind of like the same rule here though, of like how the Ring of Life exists whenever the Ring of Void is gone, and then if this is
you're saying they're like linked? They would.
It's just,
I mean, they're 2 separate
one,
objects that are linked together, so it'd be like if I guess. I kind of see what you're saying. They're a little different, but
it's a vague area.
I kind of see what you're
saying. When one's gone, the other one reappears, and that's why when Trickster shit happens, she loses the Void one, but we refine the Life one, and now John has that one on his awake body.
That was way back in Openbound when Andrew Hussey was trying to give Vriska the ring. That was the Ring of Life.
That was the one because he was trying to bring her back into the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he loves her and wants to marry her.
Exactly. He wants to feed her many objects. God.
But,
every day I remember the Fat Vriska thread on the Form Spring. It's another good day that's worth living.
But I personally was kind of upset when I heard the fact that the Ring of Life can bring a ghost back. Because I was like, do we... I was worried that it was going to be like, oh, and the Ring of Life can bring a ghost back. And John was going to pull it out of his pocket and be like, oh, well, here you go, Vriska. You can come back in the story now. But I don't know. It feels kind of... This story gets so convoluted and wrapped in itself that I'm like, man, is that too far?
We're still introducing so many rules.
Yeah, we're still introducing rules, and we're like,
it's getting to the point where it's hard to know like what is possible to happen at any given time.
You know, like later we're gonna find out there's a life ring that'll save those dead ghosts that Lord English ate. Like, like I just don't know anymore how to care.
I hate to break it to you, we're still not at the end of ways for characters to like be revived.
That's what I was thinking. Just this we're just gonna keep coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I imagine this is the kind of shit that people are like, and why the fans are so torn around this part.
Not really the rings.
Oh, really?
There's a big one.
There's a big one coming up.
We'll talk about that more at a very specific point.
Okay.
We'll talk about that more during a little. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right.
I enjoyed the call out that Mina gave. Like, she very quickly put together, okay, you have really nice loot. I am a pirate that loves to steal shit. I'm also the thief of life. There's no way I'm not stealing that ring from you in the future. But I also want to hang out with my friends now because I've gone through my character arc and I'm a cooler person.
Yeah, I really like this little confrontation.
I really enjoyed that.
I like this idea that she has this, like, kind of... It's a really charming fucking, like, inner conflict of, like, I want to be a cool, evil badass.
Like, that sounds
But
dope.
I like my friends.
But my friends are here.
It's this idea of, like, I'm evil, but, like, also not being evil is pretty fun. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I've had more fun here than I've had at any point in my life. I don't want to lose this, even though I'm probably going to steal that from you.
Much more than that, I like the confrontation that John has with Vriska here.
Oh, man.
I really like this.
That one almost hurt to read. I was like, ooh.
Because as we've gone on about multiple times now,
yeah,
Vriska has changed, but not at the core.
Mm-hmm.
She's put some more restrictions on what she's willing to do for the core.
She's on the right path.
Exactly. She's getting better, but the core is not changed. The core is, I'm going to be the one that does cool things.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you for not letting me do cool things. And the problem is that has already led her to take some more things that, while not nearly as bad as before, are definitely not what one would consider to be moral actions.
Yeah.
Which kind of like the idea with the ghosts leads to.
And
I like this idea that at this point John has changed enough to essentially say, like, I think it would be almost irresponsible of me to give this to you.
Yeah, and he's usually very like what's
I don't think John from acts like
capricious. I think is what Gamzee's thing is.
Yeah, pre-scratch John would not do this.
Yeah,
right. John is
much more go with the flow and let it.
He's
happen.
kind of grown up a bit as we've seen that happen more and more. We've seen more and more of John kind of like progressing a bit here
and getting these opportunities to make a choice.
Yeah,
and he's finally just like, actually,
like,
no.
I don't think I can give you this.
I'm not
as much as I might like you personally. I don't think that's like the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more like kind of breath parallels, I suppose, with him and Tavros, who both kind of have that like defining moment of like, I'm not going to listen to what you say, actually, Vriska, please.
Yeah, Vriska, please. Yeah, I was thinking Tavros and John are very similar, actually. That's not where
I mean, let's not say too crazy things.
Not to talk bad about John or Tavros if you're a Tavros fan out there, but I do see a lot of parallels between these two characters.
Yeah, all memes aside, yeah, there is a lot that's kind of similar between them, albeit one of them is devastatingly handsome, and the other one is John Egbert.
John Egbert. I mean, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna fight that?
Damn.
But.
And so Vriska's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do shit my own way, and jumps down the big hole.
You think I'm too dangerous? Well, fine then.
Fine then, I'm gonna look for this fucking super bioweapon. I don't know if you really understand like what my critique of your character is here.
I don't think you really heard me, but I feel you. We can still see, like how you said she doesn't change at her core, we can still see those like underlying notions within Vriska pushing her of like, well, since these people don't like the way I'm doing things, I'm just gonna fucking double down and do my shit even harder.
You clearly don't get it.
You just don't understand, yeah.
Rose is fucking wasted.
Oh, this one, Rose gets drunk as fuck.
Yes.
She sounds like Roxy, hot damn.
You can, not quite. You can still really see the Rose in there.
Oh yeah, but I'm more
like
referring to like
Roxy. What getting drunk is like, let's talk about all my friends
winks.
Getting fucked, right? And then Rose drunk is like the documentation of Cantown is incredibly important. This is my civic duty, man. I think one of the buildings was like the Viceroy Bubbles like memorial
library.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, Rose is fucking completely drunk. She promised Kanaya she wouldn't be drunk, but now she is because she's nervous about meeting Roxy. So that's bad.
Yeah, they're kind of low on time to be getting drunk.
Yeah, this is not great timing.
Yeah, man. I don't get why. I don't know. I guess to me it seems a little odd that Rose is having so little forethought about this situation.
I think this evolves from the fact that she has had too much foresight. She can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's her whole deal,
like,
right? I'm constantly thinking about like the pathways that we're going to be into, and I'm really fucking nervous about this outcome. And at the end of the day, as much knowledge as you have, addiction is really fucking powerful.
Facts.
I mean, you know, again, it sucks that we've kind of spawned an alcoholism for her out of nowhere, off screen.
In those 3 years, she was getting hammered.
Apparently.
I think.
Damn.
From what I hear.
That is crazy that I now know this, right? But yeah, I like that they also have a little back and forth, this idea of, you know, Kanaya being like, I'm not mad at you, I'm worried for you, right? So she's telling you all this shit, like, this is not, you know, responsible, you need to cool it. And then Rose is like, are you mad at me? Are you gonna break up with me? And she's like, no, I'm not, for fuck's sake.
Just listen to what I'm saying.
Caliborn gets more frogmen. It's crazy and cool.
Yeah,
he and Hussey have a long conversation about sexing the Fel.
Yeah, he's like, that's not what I meant. Like, ascertaining the information of their sex.
Fuck
not like
you, pervert.
Sexing them. You pervert. We also found one that I don't think we've seen before, or at the very least hasn't, like, done a thing in any of the intermissions.
I mean, it's important. Remember, some of them at the beginning of intermission are already dead.
Yeah, okay,
Matchsticks was one of them.
He's shows the up. One. He can time travel through fire.
Yeah, Matchsticks shows up in the header bar while we're in Doc Scratch's mansion, when we're in that section where he's fixing the disc.
Yeah.
But he's not done much in intermission, which is why it's so hard to fucking remember his whole deal.
Yeah, that he exists.
And some of the stuff in intermission, we go back in time to before they're dead to get them, but Matchstick specifically was like weirdly left out of intermission, like completely.
Like no one's looking for Matchsticks.
Damn, justice for Matchsticks.
Even though he's probably got one of the best powers out of anybody
cool.
there. He can time travel through fire.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Everyone else, it seems like it's at random or they don't really think about it.
Kurlaz shows up
and steals
Vriska's jacket.
Which I assume is going to get turned
That's
into
it. He shows up, he takes the jacket, and he
just walks off screen.
Okay,
like,
all right, that happened.
That's what I needed.
Good for him. I'm glad he has that.
I'm assuming it's going to get turned into Lord English's jacket.
Maybe.
Like, get modded out. It has a similar, like, pattern around the collar.
If it is, like, that's cool and all, but, like, alright, is this fucking crucial?
Did that matter? Yeah.
Do I need to know where he gets his jacket from?
Right, I could have assumed Stitch made it the whole time and not Gary.
Yeah, whatever. You need a good tailor if you're going to be a time traveler.
That's just true.
That's just true.
I'll remember that next time I travel through time.
Alright, they're going down the big hole, and they find a big treasure chest. And
oh yeah,
they open up the treasure chest. It has the treasure. They found it. They found the big treasure. And then Andrew Hussey's like, we'll get back to this.
Right.
Let's see what's going on with Bubbles.
100, 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
Look how cute this salamander is.
This was a cute
Watch him
salamander.
dance.
Which, by the way, he is very cute.
Yeah, no.
I like
Viceroy Von Bubbles salamander.
Liv Tyler, Viceroy, any of the many names. Terry Kistler. No, that was the bunny rabbit.
Yeah, I think
Fuck, all the names are really confusing me.
He did have another name, but I think it was like Casey.
Casey, yes.
I think he was little Casey before he became Viceroy.
Yeah, Liv Tyler was also the bunny rabbit. Fuck, I keep getting all the names mixed up. No, yeah, he was Dear Sweet Casey. And then he became a Viceroy Bubbles Von Salamancer. And again, read Home Slice, it's great. And you
Is
get
he in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get to play as him in it. It's great.
That's pretty dope.
Viceroy Bubbles Von
still
Salamancer.
A necromancer?
Yes. He has a funny little, and they go to Halloween and they give him a little Halloween costume. It's cute. And I like it.
That's adorable, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, he summons like a bunch of skeletons, and we're about to go through the process of naming each one individually.
Extensively for hours.
For hours. Until fucking Vriska comes along and steals the show again, thieving that light, as she does.
Now, my boy Toby has had many conversations about how, from a classic moment, this is really cool.
Yeah,
I am stealing the spotlight.
Stealing the show.
Literally.
Right now.
Right?
I am the important thing.
What? How the fuck is... How is she
How did she communicate with him?
What
He's
is
the
this?
narrator, and how did she take over?
And the answer is, she did. How is she... She talks to Hussey.
Mm-hmm.
And, like
she was
that's
yelling
happened,
at him in that, like, tantrum she throws.
But only through, like, really specific devices. Like, Caliborn being able to talk to Hussey, that's still, like, really contrived. Like, how the fuck did that, like, why was that terminal
was that
there?
thing there?
But, like, it is there.
Was there.
There's
yeah.
a, like, mechanism for him to talk to Hussey. Here, what?
It's like she's also the audience and is actively interacting with him, because I don't know how she's knowing these things.
I think what it's implied because of those symbols is that she is mind controlling Hussey. Because it has like the little symbols that she uses when she mind controls. So she's mind controlling Hussey to type down specific shit, her message to him. I guess she would be aware of Hussey's existence because she's already met his ghost. Yeah. But I don't know why she would be aware of his ability to like dictate narrative flow.
All she knows is random orange guy who had Ring of Life.
Mechanically, she would be able to do this, but I don't know why she would know to do it.
That he's controlling the story.
Exactly. Yeah. But I guess she is.
It was a really cool thematic moment.
It's cool as fuck. Thematically, I really enjoy it. Logically, it doesn't quite follow.
And that's they lose some points for me, but I'll let it slide.
It's fine. Listen, I do enjoy also that she purposely is like making the moment really lame in order to make sure that it doesn't get like delayed for a like dramatic reveal.
Yeah.
She's like, fine, I'll reveal it really undramatically so we can do it right now. Fuck you, we're not waiting.
I took all the piss out of it. Look.
Yeah. This is the big super weapon. Lord English has already used it, so now it can only be used against him, I guess. That's just the rule of it. Mm-hmm. It flips back and forth. So now we have it. It's untangible, and it's the Homestuck logo?
Yeah. And that's why they brought And that's why they brought Aradia with them, so she could
so
levitate
she can levitate it, I guess.
and then put it on him, maybe.
And then John takes his hand and puts it in the logo.
Mm-hmm. Which, from his perspective, it seems like a logical enough bit of experimenting. I feel like he's like, every time I've been in danger in Dream World, I've just popped back up in my body when I woke up. So this should be fine.
Yeah.
But it's also really big juju. No one knows what kind of magic this is working with.
I think John's dopey enough he would do this.
Yeah, it seems
no, for
believable.
Sure. So his hand then stretches into panels from all across the comic.
All over Homestuck. Just randomly.
I want to be clear. We've been reading the unofficial Homestuck collection in live replay mode. And essentially what this is, it's simulating what the comic would be like reading it as it came out, with the exception of like the controversial content toggle, which you have off and I have off. So, but if you were to go to Homestuck.com right now, and I checked, I went back to that like big animation where he steps outside of his house, like page like 82, I think.
Yeah.
Right now, those panels, if you were to start from the beginning, have John's arm in them. So John is actually affecting like the comic itself.
Yeah.
That's an important distinction to keep in mind. So you may be, I'm not going to spoil anything about this because this is very important. This is probably the single most important thing to happen in the entire comic, is John putting his hand in this thing. It is also probably the most controversial thing to happen in the entire comic. And I will not go into detail on exactly why or what it does. Man, this is gonna fucking go some places.
Yeah, it seemed like a big thing in the moment, but I just don't know to what avail. Like, I don't see any necessary gain or loss from such. Teleport around for a bit.
That's what happens at the end. So then John just fucking completely disappears. He zaps away. He's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. Where'd he come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Excellent. Beautiful. Subscribe to GrubCast for quality fucking comedy.
Just like a theory.
Hit me with your game theory here.
Is he in another iteration of the comic? Or is he, like, when he teleported through it, that wasn't like a third thing, like set of universes or ish?
No.
Okay. Good. That would have been a little bit too much for me to keep track of.
This is very weird power that we will talk more about later. But there you go. So that's something to really fucking keep an eye on, is John's blue zappy shit.
Yeah, that was weird, and he did zap.
Calborn gets eggs and biscuits.
Ah, the boys.
It's great. He freaks out about them. There are a bunch of them. Hussey, while explaining their powers, has a massive, like, passive-aggressive meltdown about Vriska fucking with him and not getting to hang out with Viceroy Bebel von Salamancer.
Yeah, he was pretty bummed.
Very relatable. We get to hang out with Spade Slick a bit.
Oh yeah, this was a fun one.
Our guy, Spade Slick.
Our boy, Cyborg Slick. He put on some cute little troll horns.
Yeah. But then he takes them off very quickly because he needs to make sure he's presentable for the lady.
Yeah, he's like,
Payne
oh,
is
man.
here, and he's like, oh, that would be lame. I would never wear those.
You throw them off your head and stomp them nonchalantly.
Yes. So this is picking up right after Andrew Hussey gets killed in Black Scratch's mansion, which is a fucking while ago.
This was forever ago. I couldn't tell you. But now he's trying to figure out what went down. He knows that he's in... So, Our boy Cyborg Slick is now trying to figure out what's going on in not Doc Scratch, in Lord English's mansion, and he goes and rounds up all his minions.
Yeah, he has the Q staff, so now the Felt just look at him and are like, "Damn, that's the boss now."
Your boss now.
Yep.
Really.
Also, a thing worth noting: He summons the Felt using Dai's voodoo doll. Super
Yeah.
not how that works.
Yeah, no.
That's just not Dai's power.
I was like, wait, is that what that does?
Dai doesn't make people fucking appear and disappear. He transports 2 timelines where they are already dead or alive.
Yeah.
That's just not how his power works.
I guess if you put the pins in, you would transport to realities where they're alive.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be just where he is. That wouldn't make them come to
That
you.
would put him in a completely... No, this is just not how his power works.
I was trying to find a stretch.
Andrew Hussey has just completely fucking forgotten how Dai's power works, I guess. Either that or he just decided not to give a shit. Functionally, right here, all it does is summon the Felt.
Yeah.
But that's just not how that
Not
should
what
go.
Dai
But
does.
whatever. It's fine.
It's fine. We'll move forward.
This is just like fucking JoJo Part 3, Kakyoin paints a picture, right? And you're like, cool, can you do that ever
could you
again?
do
He's like,
that
no.
One more time? No.
It's like,
All
can
right.
you fucking possess someone ever again? And he's like, no.
No.
Never.
I really only have that one.
No, that's all. I had one in me. It's like, all right, cool. Thanks, Kakyoin. Thanks, Andrew Hussey. That was awesome.
That was pretty dope for that one time.
So they make their way to the exit, which is like a big clock. They all cram into Biscuit's oven. They escape after fucking burning Doc Scratch's mansion.
Yeah, and then they find themselves fucking in that little device or that
yeah,
module.
the terminal.
Yeah.
The Lord English terminal.
From like the beginning.
Fucking,
of
it was in Act 5, Act 1 when that was established. It was Solix's program.
Till Death
Yeah.
program, yeah.
So that's where they are.
And he's like, wait, is that? I don't even need a cyborg eye to see that. And he fucking
It's the jackpot. So he's flying. He's also flying towards the new session.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in the furthest ring, which connects all the sessions. So he's on his way.
Yeah, with him.
This
Dirk.
is OG intermission Spade Slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is hype.
Mhm.
So now we
That's
have
pretty dope.
all 3 Jacks on the way.
Yeah, we have Beast Jack running away from Male Princess, Savage Jack from the third reality who is just got poofed out there, and OG Jack is now coming his way.
Yes.
And Dirk's out there, who's secretly
Dirk
Jack.
is also
is
Dirk is
Dirk?
Jack Noir. Incredible. New meme. We got it. We replaced Jada's Doc Scratch. We did it. We finally did it.
Dirk is Jack
Fuck yes,
Noir.
we will reach new heights. The GrubCast will fucking grow to fame, the likes of which we could have never imagined.
This will be our renaissance.
It'll be the GrubCast Renaissance. Beautiful.
Yeah.
John's getting really fucking just zapped around.
He's popping up all over places. He sees Caliborn, they intensely stare down for a
He
little
teleports inside Con Air for a second.
bit. Yeah, he was
cries
in Con Air.
tears of joy.
I thought they were tears of sadness.
It-
How
it's-
disillusioned he is.
And this also reveals another detail. The fact that he's inside Con Air. So this is not like time travel. This is something else.
Wouldn't it need to be time travel? Because Con Air is just like a movie in his reality.
Sure.
So he'd have to go back.
At the very least, this is not just time travel. Let me put it that way. Right?
That I for sure.
There has to be more to it. I don't think Dave can hang out in Con Air.
That'd be neat.
Caliborn finally gets the last minions. He does it. They are big.
They're some big boys.
He's very happy about it. Problem, John is here. Yeah, so they have a big intense stare down. He has the Felt punch him into next week. I forget which one can do that.
Yeah.
Cans?
15 cans.
Is
I
it
think.
Cans that can do that? I think it is. And so luckily he zaps directly onto Jake's land where he wanders around before sitting on a bench. There he is. He's bored as fuck.
So he plays some solitaire.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, so now the trolls, as well as Bec Noir and Peregrine Mendicant, they're all on their way. So at this point, like, the stage is set.
Yeah.
All of our boys are either here or, like, about to be here.
They're,
right?
like, on the way.
Fucking Grimbark Jade shows up, teleports them onto the planet. All right, here's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
We're wrapping up here. So, let's fucking whatever. They fucking meet up. They're there. John's really happy about it. Cool. That's the end. It was kind of anticlimactic reading section here. So let's fucking take a look at the big picture. Figure out exactly where we're at. Right. So in the dream bubbles, they have just found the big weapon. This is supposed to beat Lord English. So Vriska has her ghost army that she's going to use this to fight Lord English. Calliope is looking for an alternate version of herself to also try and beat Lord English. Lord English, meanwhile, is traveling through the dream bubbles, trying to kill her,
Calliope.
just fucking up all of existence, basically. Caliburn's going to destroy all of reality, right?
He'll destroy everything in his path.
Or Lord English is. Caliburn is too busy in his realm becoming Lord English, right? And then in terms of our main characters, where are they? What's going on for them, right?
Dave is on the ship with Karkat.
They're no.
And all them.
Right at the end here, they are all now on Jake's land.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So Dirk is now out in the furthest ring, along with all 3 Jacks and Peregrine Mendicant. They're all on their way here, right? Roxy is in jail. Jane is also evil. Jake is, I forget where he is. I think he's also in jail.
I think he's also in jail, yeah.
Yes. Jane is evil. Jade is evil. We're setting the stage here. We're getting ready.
It's about to be an intense throwdown.
We're about to have some big throwdowns. At the very least, getting set up here. We're not quite ready for the throwdown, but like we're on the horizon. We're right there.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into this? We're really at like the final stretch of Homestuck here. We kind of mentioned it last episode, but like it feels a lot more like it now that we're really all right. We're all here.
Very tense. Super excited for what's gonna go down. I'm just very worried for the casualties of war, so to speak.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is about to be like the final fight. Who am I going to lose in this encounter?
We were talking about JoJo. This is just like JoJo. We're gonna start. Oh my god, Abakio, no, please,
please stop! Don't do it.
So that's. Oh, fucking spoilers for fucking JoJo Part 6. 3, 2, 1. Spoilers for JoJo Part 6.
Woo!
Fucking, I'm so sad. Foo Fighters just fucking died. I'm so sad about that shit, bro. I shit you not. I had literally just texted my buddy, Judge in the server, like, man, I love Foo Fighters. She's so cool. And then fucking next episode, she's fucking dead. I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad about it.
He was probably like, oh, bro, that's great.
Oh my god. Alright. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man.
That's where we're at.
That's
now,
where we're at.
I'm gonna hype you up a little bit. Next week, we're going to do Act 6, Act 6, Act 1, as well as Act 6, Act 6, Intermission 1. We're gonna do both.
Okay.
The main acts from this point forward, my favorite things in the comic. They're not the best, but they're my favorite. Okay. Can you guess which character will be featured prominently?
Oh, man. I have one guess. I have 13 guesses, and they're all Caliburn.
Yeah! So, get ready for that shit.
That means it's going to be a really fun time. People are probably going to die, but it'll be really fun.
Oh, God, you have no idea. I'm so excited.
Until he shoots fucking Dave or Dirk, then I'll cry. I will cry on that page.
There we go. Oh! Is that a fucking glowing blue arm sticking out of the air right next to me?
What?
Oh, never mind. It went away. Oh my god, it came back and it's holding a glowing blue Glock 20.
No!
Fucking pointed directly at my head. What? There's another one out with a little helpful note written on it. What does it say? Can you help me read that? What does it say?
Yeah. Please, follow the GrubCast on Twitter. And,
oh God! Please do what it says.
Their Patreon.
Please
and,
follow them.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Fucking also, oh God, play for my plane ticket to fucking my vacation to Greenland.
Join the Discord.
Oh my goodness, this is okay, guys. He's really fucking serious. Oh, yeah, no. I didn't know I was gonna be held hostage through reality by John Egbert.
He's at the way and came back with a rocket launcher, guys.
Oh my God,
he's being for real.
He's escalating the situation.
Please, as fast as you can, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us all your money.
God,
this is for our lives.
Will we ever fucking survive? Find out next week on the GrubCast.